Aloha, I'm Chris Berman, and coming up on ESPN, people's thoughts in mid-October naturally turn to postseason baseball and the World Series. But as Week 7 of the NFL comes your way, we've got our own version of a fall classic lined up for you here. Denver, Cincinnati, now.
While the teams are out on the field getting loose, the fans are filing in and finding their seats for the game. Hi, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to Paul Brown Stadium. My pal Peter O'Keefe will be covering today's game with me. Peter, playing on the road can be an unfriendly environment, to say the least, and it has been particularly unkind to these guys.
Well, you said it, Dan. They've really had a rough go of it on the road so far this season. They're hoping they can turn their luck around in today's game. We'll see how it goes.
And now let's go down to the coin toss.
I'll try heads.
Heads it is.
We'll receive.
Number 17, kicking off.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Graham kicks it off to begin the game. The Broncos let this bounce out of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. Smith goes in motion. Hurst barges off right guard and rambles for about 5.
Rogers Beckett with the tackle. 2nd and 5. Broncos 25-yard line.
Hurst loses about 3, and that will bring up 3rd down.
Rogers Beckett not only cleaned the ball carrier's clock in the backfield, but buffed and polished it too. Big hit for a loss.
That's his 2nd tackle so far.
Oh, let's watch this. 5 wide out versus a D that is wisely loaded up on TVs.
Weaver makes a tough catch, and they get the first on 3rd and long.
Peyton Manning makes a risky pass here and completes it. That took guts, Dan. Check it out. Oh, perfect pass. And it had to be accurate to get in there between the 2 defenders.
3rd and long, and they get the big play to convert. What do you think of that, Peter?
I love it. That's what football is all about, making the big plays when you need to, and you can't coach that.
Manning zips it to the left sideline, and he hits his man for a pickup of 9.
Rod Smith had a defender close by, but was able to bring down the catch.
Peter, what a nice pickup to get them into a 2nd and short situation.
Yeah, great play, and now they have a bunch of options on what to try next.
Anderson gets the ball and gets past the line.
Mike Anderson has some big numbers. 6 feet, 230. Man, that's a lot of running back. The defenders who try to tackle him find out just how much real quick.
First down, 10 yards to go. Hurst gets the call on first down and heads upfield, breaks free, 5, touchdown.
Garrison Hurst gains a lot on this play, but it wasn't all him. Watch. Yep, he owes everything to those blockers, baby. They cleared the path for him.
He gets the touchdown, Peter, and that was a very nice play.
Definitely.
Chasing Elam to attempt the extra point. Number 16, holding.
Now the extra point, and it's good. The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Elam kicks it off.
Antonio Freeman took it out of the end zone, and while it may have been a little risky, he gets out close to the 20, so it all comes out in the wash on that play.
The Bengals send their offense out on the field and will start this drive at their own 20-yard line.
Dan, bunch of receivers out there. Defense is expecting that, and they go to nickel.
Wilson hammers the receiver and forces him to drop the ball. Incomplete.
Kelly Herndon had that play dissected before it even started, really. Textbook zone coverage there.
Potential for some nice yards, but the defense plays it tough. That will bring up second down. Warwick goes in motion. Kitna uncorks this to the left sideline, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Kelly Herndon is a big asset to the D. 5'10", 180, and the ability to get a hand on the ball and knock it down. Great player.
Third and 10. Ball at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
Ferguson tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete. It'll be fourth down.
Nick Ferguson couldn't have read that play any better if it was tattooed on the inside of his helmet.
Well, the D holds tight on third and long and forces an incompletion. That was a good call by the defensive coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect D for that situation.
And it will bring up fourth down. Richardson takes the snap and punts it away. Haley gets it at the 42. Dragged down at the 49.
Champ Bailey didn't have much room to work with back there. The special team squad made sure he couldn't respond to that really nice punt.
The Broncos had an effective first drive, and we'll see if they can keep it up. They'll start at their 49-yard line. Smith catches the ball out left and tries to get free. Chased down at the 40. It will be first down.
Rod Smith catches this one easily with no one around to stop him. Where was the defense? Well, they were nowhere on this play, which made that an easy catch.
Great job fighting for that first down. He didn't waste any time.
Well, just because the pass is short of the markers doesn't mean he can't run it the rest of the way. He's a true competitor.
Picks up a yard on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Garrison Hurst got some help on that one in the form of blocking, but he still couldn't make a play out of it.
Not much there. It'll be second down.
Got to take what you can get, Dan, but they were hoping for more.
Second down, tight end to the left. No dice, and it falls incomplete. Manning just rifles this one, and it's tipped. Incomplete. That will bring up fourth down.
Kewan Ratliff knocked that pass down, and he made sure the only one to touch the football was him.
The defense forces fourth down, and even if they had completed the pass,
it still would have been short.
Yes.
You have to run those routes farther in that situation.
Knorr gets ready to punt this away. Knorr takes the long snap and kicks what will be a short one. James fair catches it at the 14. The Bengals stalled early last drive, and we'll have to wait and see what happens here. They'll start at their own 15-yard line.
Chad Johnson was wide open on that play, man. Makes you wonder what the D was doing.
That's broken kind of a cold streak for him. The last two passes his way were incomplete.
Yeah, let's see if he stays on track.
Freeman goes in motion. Freeman didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete.
Kelly Herndon shadowed the slant route back there and kept the receiver from making the catch. Incomplete pass.
On second down, they try for the first, but it's played well by the defense. That will bring up third down.
Nice pressure that time.
Kitna rifles it out left side, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Willie Middlebrooks came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
Peter, the defense stood tall and forced the incompletion, but I don't understand that call. They wouldn't have gotten much at all, even if it was complete.
Fourth down either way, and in my opinion, too, a bad call.
Richardson lines up deep in his own territory to punt it away. Richardson gets the ball and pummels this one deep. Tackled at the 48.
Champ Bailey didn't get fazed by that mammoth punt. He read the field, Dan, and managed to minimize it with a solid run back.
The Broncos start this one on the center logo at the 48-yard line. Smith goes in motion. Hurst will get the carry on first down and maybe picks up one on the play.
Nate Webster with the tackle.
Okay, all right.
Second and 9. Ball at the 47.
Hurst gains 5 on the play, and that will bring up third down.
Ashley Lilly gave a terrific block downfield back there. It's great to see a wide receiver get in on the action.
They move the ball, and that'll bring up third down. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. The Broncos are out in front, 7-0. Third down, 3 wideouts in the game. Lilly goes in motion. Hurst carries it for a third time in a row and is dropped short of the markers. It'll be fourth down.
Nate Webster brought down the ball carrier before the markers. There was some game there, but not enough for the first.
That's his second tackle so far. Knorr lines up to punt after the 3 and out. Knorr takes the long snap and punts it away. The Bengals have had some trouble moving the ball recently. We'll see what they do on this drive as they start at their own 20-yard line. Johnson gets the handoff and heads left. Tackled at the 24. Second down from the on.
Ball at the Bengals 24-yard line.
Johnson will get stopped at the line, and that brings up third down.
Al Wilson with the tackle.
Let's stand tall. Let's
Third
finish
and
this out.
5. Ball at the Bengals 25-yard line.
Warwick goes in motion. Kitna throws a heater right sideline, and it's intercepted. Knocked out of bounds at the 19.
Bailey is able to catch the ball in these rainy conditions, but he's playing for the defense, people. That rain is really rewriting the playbook out there today, and that time the D was the big winner.
Boy, that was a heads-up play to come away with his first interception of the game.
Yeah, you got to love D like that.
The Broncos are going to try and capitalize on the interception. They'll start this drive at the 19-yard line. Hurst punches this one left of center and picks up the first down.
Garrison Hurst took advantage of some really good blocking there. They opened up a hole.
And he's able to cross the line and get a bunch more without really much resistance.
And that's what the O-line gets paid for.
What a run, Peter, and his numbers are adding up.
Adding up to one big number. Up to now, he's got 70 yards on 8 carries. Look at the numbers generated on the ground. That is impressive.
Hurst chews up 4 yards, and that brings up second down.
Come on, D. We ain't giving up
Second
nothing
and
here.
goal.
Throw back.
Ball at the
Throw
4
back.
yard line.
Hurst carries it for a third time in a row and picks up a couple. Rips him down in the backfield, and that moves them even farther away from the goal line. That will bring up 4th and goal.
Frank Chamberlain was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
They take away any and all room and prevent that play from getting past the line of scrimmage. 4th down coming up. 4th down, and the field goal unit is on the field. 4th down, goal to go. Elam with a 21-yarder, and it's no good. It bounced off the upright and then out.
Jason Elam joins the upright here. Let's watch this again. Well, sure, Dan, it's a little embarrassing, but isn't that what instant replay is all about? A player screws up, and it's our ratings grabber.
The Bengals haven't got much out of their offense recently, and we'll see if they can get back on track here. This drive begins at their own 20-yard line. Kitna puts his arm into this one, and the reception's made at the 38, and he's stopped right there. First down.
Peter Warren chases down 2 defenders and comes away with the football. Oh, nice catch.
That'll be his first catch of the game after being shut out the entire first quarter. This is a bit of a slow start for him.
Yeah, it is, Dan, but he will see the ball more and more as the game goes on.
First down, 2 wideouts on the field. It's the sack, and the clock continues to run.
Luther Ellis gets the sack deep in the pocket. That's going to be a sizable loss. Watch this. Oh, yeah, that's going to push him back, way back. Great defensive play.
The defensive design worked flawlessly, and the refs will spot the ball well behind the original line of scrimmage.
What a way to derail a series from the onset.
Second and long ahead. Kitna zips it to the left sideline, and it's caught him. The Bengals take their first timeout. First down, 10 yards to go. They couldn't connect on this one. Incomplete.
With the deflection.
You ain't getting nothing.
John Kitna is really struggling out there today. As you can see by the numbers, it's all bad. Up to now, he's got 44 yards and 1 interception.
Pass is going over the top.
Second and 10. Ball at the 46-yard line.
Kitna zips it to the right side, and the reception's made. The Bengals will take a timeout. That's their second. First down, both wideouts to the right. Johnson makes the nice catch, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more. Kitna throws a bullet, and it falls incomplete.
Chad Johnson had a chance for a mid-range completion back there, but he just couldn't connect. No catch.
Another ball comes his way, and another incompletion. To come up blank so many times in a row is, well, it's got to be demoralizing for a player.
Absolutely, but you got to fight through the slump and grab one to get rolling again.
It's intercepted. Bailey runs out for a touchback.
Champ Bailey shows why you think twice before throwing a pass in his neighborhood. Watch. Great presence of mind to try for the football there.
Peter, you couldn't ask for more from him today. He has done his part.
And then some. So far, he's got 2 interceptions.
The Broncos offense takes the field with the clock at 29. Loses one on the play, and that brings up second down.
Kevin Hardy targeted the ball carrier early and didn't even let him get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's his second tackle so far. Second down, one man back. Lee goes in motion. Hurst takes his 13th carry of the game and maybe picks up one on the play. And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Broncos are out in front, 7-0. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
All right, Dan. Interesting game at the half. We'll get back to you guys in a bit. First, we welcome everybody to our ESPN Halftime Report. I'm Chris Berman. As we look at the numbers from the first half and look at the turnover column, the Broncos should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. We'll pick up the action midway through the first quarter. Garrison, first I look at the Hurst, got the carry here. Once he found a lane, he was gone. A 47-yard touchdown for the Broncos. The Broncos strike first and go up by 7. The Bengals, later on in the second quarter, Champ Bailey would come up with a big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Bengals, after a red zone stop, Bengals trailing by 7. Champ Bailey shows some great awareness here as he gets himself in a position to pick this one off. And that's where we'll leave this one. Bengals are down, but still in it, 7-0. Now, let's check out the undisputed halftime hero of the first half. Garrison, first I look at the Hurst, has played like a man possessed. So that does it for our halftime report. We'll send you back now to the second half of this one. Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe are there. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Chris. And today's game has been presented in ESPN Game Sound, designed and developed in collaboration with Dolby, the leader in surround sound technology. The Bengals will receive to start the second half, and this is a tight contest. Currently, they're down 7-0. Let's get down to the field and the action. Freeman fields it all the way back at the 1. Breaks the tackle. Stopped at the 27. Peter, interesting order to the division, isn't there?
Oh, you bet.
Let's go down to Susie Culver, who has an update for us. Susie?
Thank you, Dan. Head coach Mike Shanahan talked to me during the half, and he said he was proud of the way the defense had locked down the field so far. On the other hand, he said they've looked a bit sloppy on offense. He really wants them to come out strong and execute well in this half and try to put this game out of reach. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Susie. Johnson gains 3 yards, and that will bring up second down.
We're going to get to the spots we need to. Okay, fellas?
Keep your eyes on the pass.
Second and 7. Ball at the Bengals 30-yard line.
Left guard. Shoot.
Warwick goes in motion. Lynch tackles him behind the line of scrimmage.
John Lynch was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
Nice job eliminating any forward progress on that play. That will bring up a 3rd and long. No good. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
With the deflection.
Richardson lines up for the punt.
Formation. Champ Bailey to make the return.
Richardson gets the ball and punts it away. Bailey fields the punt at the 29. Dragged down at the 39.
Champ Bailey racked up a few yards on the run back there, whittling down the size of the punt a little bit.
The Broncos bring their offense on the field and will start this drive at their 39-yard line. First will get stopped at the line, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Darrell Gardner was a one-man wrecking crew back there. He powered into the backfield and made the tackle.
They put a stop to this play behind the line of scrimmage. Pretty good call by the defensive coordinator.
Agreed, Dan. They had it all locked up there.
That will bring up 2nd down. Hurst gets the call on 2nd down and will gain close to 6.
Mike Anderson made a key block on that last play and timed it perfectly.
Peter, he can get free in that matchup.
Well, obviously, we just saw it. He way outmatched his man.
3rd down with a split backfield. Smith makes the catch out to the left, and they convert on 3rd down.
Peyton Manning made a nice throw there. Got it right past the defender.
Nice play, and they will convert on 3rd.
Great execution, Dan. They did everything right.
Anderson goes in motion. Manning throws a bullet to the flat, and the reception is made for a pickup of maybe a yard.
Rod Smith had a man playing him close back there, but he made a great move to get the catch.
Another short catch, and that's where they've been utilizing him today.
Yeah, the short routes have been open, and he's been exploiting it.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 48-yard line.
Smith didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete.
Peyton Manning knows how to spread the ball around, as you can see by this passing chart. He's getting the ball into his receiver's hands and has piled up 46 yards and no touchdowns.
Third down with the tight end right. Manning throws a big high lob, and it's not reeled in. Incomplete.
Jed Weaver staked out some turf in the middle back there, but was not able to reel in the catch. Incompletion.
Peter, in third down situations, they have not been successful at all with the pass. This play was more proof.
Boy, third is such a crucial down, Dan. And when you don't convert, it really hurts.
Knorr gets the snap and punts it away. James takes it at the 14. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. Not a ton of action, but they're not out of it yet. Their D is playing strong, and a little offensive rhythm can turn this game around. Torrey James didn't get very far running that ball back, but on the bright side, the kick was pretty lackluster, so his offense gets pretty good field position anyway.
The Bengals' offense has taken the field, and they have been having a very tough time passing the ball. They have another opportunity here as they start off at their own 20-yard line. Kitna floats this one out to the right sidelines, and it's off. Incomplete.
Chad Johnson could not make that completion and would have had some room on the outside had he made it.
Potential for a quick first down, but no, they cannot hook up the pass.
You can take a shot in that situation, and it's really not going to hurt you. That's a good call.
That'll bring up second down. Johnson goes in motion. Johnson takes it for his 5th carry and gains about 3 yards.
Out up, defense.
3rd and 6.
Single back.
Ball at the
Single
Bengals'
back.
23-yard line.
Kitna throws a bullet to the flat, and the completion is made. Short of the markers, however. That will bring up 4th down.
Champ Bailey brought down the ball carrier before the markers. There was some gain there, but not enough for the first.
That's his 2nd tackle so far. Richardson lines up to punt after the 3 and out. Richardson takes the snap and punts it away. Bailey fields the punt at the 32. Dragged down at the 44.
Champ Bailey racked up a few yards on the run back there, whittling down the size of the punt a little bit.
The Broncos will start this drive at their 44-yard line. Lee goes in motion. Manning unloads this one to the left, and it's incomplete.
Rod Smith had this ball right in his hands. At least I thought so. Let's look. Yep, right there. You had to catch those passes.
That's his first drop, and it is not often you see that from him.
No, normally he's pretty sure-handed there.
2nd and 10. Ball at the Broncos' 44-yard line.
They couldn't connect on this one. Incomplete.
Illegal forward pass, number 18, offense. 5-yard penalty and loss of down. 3rd
Peyton
down.
Manning was past the line of scrimmage on that play, which made the pass irrelevant. That was an illegal forward pass.
Here's the place they didn't want to be, looking at a 3rd and long situation.
The penalty was a killer. It just makes so much harder to get things done.
Lee goes in motion. Slides down at the 47. 4th down coming up.
Peyton Manning tried to get out of trouble on that last play, Dan, but trouble found him before he could get away. No escaping it.
Knorr lines up for the punt.
Make the return.
Knorr gets the ball and punts it away. James gets it at the 19. Tackled at the 24.
Torrey James fielded the ball, and although he was dropped pretty quickly, that terrible kick gives him some good field position.
The Bengals have had some trouble moving the ball recently. We'll see what they do on this drive as they start at their own 24-yard line. Kitna uncorks this to the left sideline, and they can't connect. Incomplete.
Chad Johnson looked like he was all over that one, but it just got away somehow. Tough incompletion.
That's 2 drops by one of the more sure-handed receivers in the game.
Wow, it's not often you see him out of sync like this.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. The Broncos are out in front, 7-0.
The 4th quarter. Let's grind it out, team. Single back.
Warwick goes in motion. Johnson catches the hard throw and picks up 4 on the play.
John Kitna rolled the dice by targeting a receiver with 2 defenders near him. But the pass clicked and they'll move the ball.
They move the ball, and that'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd down, empty backfield.
Ball at the Bengals' 28-yard line.
Kitna Throws a bullet here. And it's caught at the 46. 25. Finally popped out of bounds at the 19. It will be first down.
Chad Johnson makes the catch and then adds a whole lot more on the ground. Watch. Reels it in and then makes the D reel with all the yards he's tacking on.
I'm glad he finally nabbed one because he's had a string of missed catches before this.
Yeah, his quarterback obviously didn't lose faith in him, though, Dan, because he's kept throwing it his way. As you can see, he's up over the century mark. Oh, he came to play today.
Herndon tips it away on the coverage, incomplete.
Kelly Herndon came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
A nice defensive play will give him his second batted ball of the game.
Great read there.
No one is stopping me today.
Number 32, the ball
Rudy Johnson got some help on that one in the form of blocking, but he still couldn't make a play out of it.
Well, not much of a gain there, and they will face third down.
Third and long, too, Dan. Big play coming up.
Third down and 4 wideouts in the game. Warwick didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete. That will bring up fourth down.
Kelly Herndon.
Kelly Herndon was with the receiver all the way back there on that deep corner route and interrupted the pass. Incomplete.
Well, the D holds tight on third and long and forces an incompletion. That was a good call by the defensive coordinator.
Oh, it sure was. Perfect D for that situation.
And it will bring up fourth down. It's up through the goal post. Good.
Shane Graham kicks a soggy football here, but he's on target. And the kick's good. Great job in this nasty weather.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Graham kicks it off. Griffin decides to take it out of the end zone. Dodges a tackle. Ground to a halt at the 23. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. Look at how many times they've had to punt it away. They've got to put a few longer drives together and get into the end zone. Quentin Griffin got out close to the 20 on that one, so his decision to take it out of the end zone didn't really pay off, but it didn't really hurt him either.
The Broncos offense takes the field with time winding down. They'll start at their own 23-yard line. First, it's the call on first down, and will end up losing a couple.
Kevin Hardy targeted the ball carrier early and didn't even let him get back to the line of scrimmage.
That will be his fourth tackle of the contest.
Watch the pass, defense, watch the pass.
Hurst picks up about 2, and that brings up third down. Manning rifles it out left side, and they can't connect. Incomplete.
Briandus Luke muffed an almost guaranteed catch there. And as a receiver, you have to carry your weight and make the play. They don't come much more catchable than that one.
Peter, I don't understand that call. They wouldn't have gotten much at all, even if it was complete. Fourth down, either way.
Yeah, not the right decision in my opinion.
Nor lines up to punt after the 3 and out. Nor takes the snap and pummels this one deep. James fields the deep punt at the 31. Brought down at the 41.
Torrey James returned for a few there, but after that gigantic punt, it was like tearing a single page out of War and Peace. It doesn't make much of a dent.
The Bengals offense is now on the field, and except for a few big plays, they really can't be happy with their passing game up to this point. We'll see what they call on this drive as they start at their 41-yard line. Kitna zings it to the right side, and the reception is made past the markers for a first down. the villain out left and is well past the markers for a first down.
Peter Warwick making the catch here with 3 defenders on his tail. I'll tell you, I was not expecting that pass at all. I wonder if he knew it was coming.
Yeah, Peter, I think you could argue that throw probably should never have been made. It was very risky, but it did work out.
Yeah, it's all about staying focused and believing in your teammates.
That's broken kind of a cold streak for him. The last 2 passes his way were incomplete.
Yeah, let's see if he stays on track.
First down, the clock is stopped at 2 minutes. Johnson will get stopped at the line, and the clock will continue to run.
With the tackle.
Second down, 9 yards to go.
32-yard line.
Johnson has his number called on second down, and he's stopped. The clock continues to run.
Don't even think about running the ball on us.
Wow, look at those tackles. That's how you play sideline to sideline.
Kitna zips it to the left sideline, and it's tipped. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Nick Ferguson came in and got a hand on that football and left no chance for a reception there.
That's his 3rd batted ball, and he is doing his part, that is for sure.
Nice to see aggressive D like that, Dan.
Warner pulls in the lob right side, and they somehow get the first off a big 4th and long.
Hands up, get your hands up.
1st and 10. Ball at the 18-yard line.
Kitna throws a heater, and it's caught at the 5. Tackled, and the clock will continue to run. It'll be 1st and goal.
1st and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line.
No dice, and it falls incomplete.
Number 86 was the intended receiver. Kelly Herndon with the cover.
Second down. The clock is stopped at 38.
2-yard line.
Johnson takes it across the line of scrimmage, and he's stopped. The clock continues to run. 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up. Johnson didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete. That will bring up 4th and goal.
Marco Coleman with the cover. Fourth and goal. Ball at the 1.
Rips him down in the backfield, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Darius Holland goes in unblocked and nails him to the ground. The O-line should be embarrassed. Watch this. Oh, yeah, sacks don't get much easier than that.
The offense just cannot come up with the conversion. They knew they needed a TD to catch up.
Yeah, they had to go for it, but that's got to eat at this team that they couldn't deliver.
The Broncos will start this drive deep in their own territory with the clock at 21. Anderson goes right up the middle, and the Bengals take their first timeout. Second down. The clock is stopped at 16. Santiago goes in motion. First will take the handoff and heads out. The Bengals will take a timeout. That's their second.
Let's finish this series off strong, team.
Nor Knorr lines up deep in his own territory to punt it away. Knorr gets the snap and punts it away. James fields the punt at the 47. Stopped at the 44.
Torrey James did a nice job getting some yards after fielding the solid punt.
The Bengals have been locked in a defensive struggle so far. They will start this drive at the 44-yard line. Johnson grabs the rope right side, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more. And that will do it for tonight's game. The Broncos come out on top 7-3. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games postgame show. I'm Chris Berman. The Broncos stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Not much action early on in the second half, so let's pick it up early in the fourth quarter. Chad Johnson was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. That set up a 36-yard field goal. The Bengals climbed back into the game, now down by 4. Already inside field goal range. John Kitna connected with his man on this one. Bengals down by 4. John Kitna connected with his man on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Broncos squeaked out a win, 7-3. Now let's talk to a player who was instrumental in their dominant running game and is our player of the game. Garrison, first I look at the Hearst, is on hand with Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thanks, Chris. You transcended the competition today. You may have the ingredient your team needed to pull out a win here. What do you think was vital to your team's success today?
Man, the whole week the coaches had us totally prepared for this game. We knew all their tendencies before it happened. We knew each play before they called it. I got to give a lot of credit to the coaches.
Back to you, Chris.
Well, that just about does it. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time here on ESPN, celebrating 25 years as the worldwide leader in sports. I'm Chris Berman. So long.
This is SportsCenter.
Hi there. I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Patriots come away with a decisive 10-point win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey? The Reverend Isaac Bruce had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Dante Stallworth pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Saints beat the Raiders. In the land of the crab cakes, Baltimore, we had the Ravens come away with a 7-point win. Broncos, Bengals. Ravens. Garrison, first I look at the Hearst, got the ball here, and it was a defensive meltdown. He's got lots of space ahead. The Broncos win this one by the final score of 7-3. Up at Lambeau Field, we had the Packers edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. The Eagles got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. The Titans won on the road and will now head home to meet the Bengals. Chargers, Panthers. Jake Delhomme in the red zone at the 14. He calls the signals and buys time with a quick rollout. Now on the move again, kind of flings it. Oh, man, got the 2 feet in, touchdown. The Panthers go on to win this by the final score of 28-21. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Seahawks pick up win number 2. Eli Manning threw for over 200 yards and helped his Giants beat the Lions. Starvin' Marvin Harrison stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Falcons, Chiefs. And Priest Holmes is just shy of the midfield stripe and takes the quick handoff with a spin. They're fooled. Nobody was deep on the left side. 10, the 5, touchdown. The Chiefs go on to win this by the final score of 24-14. And in our final game, we had the Buccaneers come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.